Okay, confirmation bias, what is it? Well, it's your number one enemy. In fact, it's your biggest obstacle, but also the key to your salvation. So in the earlier video, I spoke about how over a long period of time, your partner arrives at the conclusion that you're incapable of meeting her needs and formed a confirmation bias, where facts and evidence intersect a person's belief system. All they see is this part here because it supports the narrative they believe about you, that you're incapable of meeting her needs, so she will ignore the 95% of the relevant facts and only focus on the 5% that support the story she's telling herself. This confirmation bias is why a lot of guys feel they can't win no matter what they do, because their partner always seems to find a flaw. Because this bias is formed over such a long period of time, it's really hard to shake. Everything you do or say or don't do or say will either support this bias or break it down. Now, the reason most people struggle to reconcile is they try to shift their partner's attention and force them to see the 95% of the good stuff. But the issue is you're trying to tell her a different story than the one she's telling herself. But that's the one that has to change, the narrative that she's holding on to. What has to change is her motivation. If your partner is motivated to experience a different future with you, she will look for the facts that support that outcome. You won't have to point them out to her. The mind will find whatever it's looking for. This confirmation bias is also why you might feel like you're getting mixed messages, and your partner is hot and cold with you. Some days it seems like things are getting back on track. She's happy with you again, only to shut down the next day and withdraw. The reason this happens when she experiences that happy moment or day with you again is her actions are in conflict with her thoughts. This creates what we call cognitive dissonance. Now, this internal tension isn't comfortable to her, so to reconcile this dissonance, a person could do two things. They can either change their thoughts to match their actions, or they change their actions to match their thoughts. Given your partner has been feeling this way for months, if not years, it's unlikely she'll rewire her thoughts. So she simply changes her actions and shuts down emotionally. This acts as a kind of negative memory bank so she can access as a defense mechanism against your attempts to manipulate her back into the relationship. How you navigate these emotional shutdowns will determine how soon you can create more positive emotions. The tipping point will be, for her when her positive emotions outweigh the internal tension of the cognitive dissonance. And this will happen once you've transferred enough hope that the future with you looks brighter than the past. So if you get stuck moving past this point, it's likely that your partner still views you more of a liability than an asset. If you'd like to know more how to get past this point, book an appointment via the link below so we can find out more about the disconnect that you're experiencing.